Previously, in the Shattered Lands, as the impetuous Sir Venric charged forward, quicker than thought, Aelwyn moved to one side, readying an arrow. Shaking his head, Celovus withdrew into the outer chamber, exchanging grim looks with Bertram, who shouted loudly that this foe was beyond them. The cleric was able to convince Copper, the thief, to move to a position of cover with him, and Venric ordered his squire Clay to stay with the cleric even as he charged forward. Aelwyn used her newly acquired bow to fire a deadly accurate arrow at the wizard as Sir Venric reached the steps. However, both the druid and the knight were to be sorely disappointed, as Etrigal the Red was well prepared. As Aelwyn's arrow unerringly found its mark right between the red-robed wizard's eyes, she stared in shock as it bounced off, leaving him unharmed, a protective spell sparking as it turned the arrow aside. Meanwhile, Venric slammed off the invisible forms of two demonic warriors who were blocking his path. Staggering back from the demon's shields as they became visible, the knight readied himself to cut through his foes as Aelwyn reached for another arrow. But it was too late. With a snarl, Etrigal the Red cast his spell. He had gone from seeing the group as a curiosity to an inconvenience. But now, the druid's arrow was far too accurate, and they had become a threat. The evil wizard launched a fireball into the area where the knight and druid stood. With an explosion, the spell detonated, slamming both Venric and Aelwyn back. The knight lost consciousness, his plate armor protecting him from much of the damage. But the druid was not so fortunate. As the fiery blast hit her, she threw up her arms and was terribly burned, screaming. Etrigal's demons cackled, immune to the fire. Clay screamed his master's name, but was restrained by Bertram, and before he could struggle free, Celovus cast a sleep spell on the young squire. As Clay passed out, the cleric and wizard heard Etrigal's voice, warning them not to trouble him further. Glancing around the door, Celovus saw Etrigal step toward the now completed portal, revealing a sanctum beyond, perhaps in a tower. As the evil mage made to leave, he glanced back and ordered his minions to bring him the knight's sword, saying that if he survived, it would be a good lesson for him. With that, Etrigal the Red stepped through the portal, which winked out behind him. Bertram was able to heal Sir Venric, but Aelwyn was nearly dead from her wounds and gravely injured. The cleric bandaged her as best he could. Meanwhile, the knight was enraged at both the druid's fate and the theft of his ancestral sword. However, the others prevailed upon him that to save Aelwyn, they must leave immediately. As the group left the tower, they could see the concerned form of Ruithane, who allowed the knight to ride him as they cradled the form of the druid. The party made their way to the elves, and Captain Aladar was horrified at Aelwyn's condition, swearing vengeance upon the Red Mage. He was able to use a special elven poultice on the druid, and then help the party get to the edge of the forest, where they camped. The next day, the groups parted ways, but Celovus overheard Captain Aladar telling his second-in-command to return and report that he was going to track Callistrix, the Green Dragon. As the heroes traveled the road, they were attacked by a trio of ogres. The massive brutes sought easy prey, but soon found the angered and vengeful party were the wrong target, and were slain without mercy. Finally, as they slogged through the cold rain, the party arrived back at the Temple of the Argent Lord. Within, Father Gedwin immediately did all he could for the druid, and the others rested and talked about what was to come. Gedwin was able to ease Aelwyn's suffering, but told them that the druidess would need several weeks to recover even under his care. As the others discussed what to do next, the High Exemplar suggested they might need to split up. For the first time, the heroes realized that their paths might have to diverge, someone staying behind to care for the druid, while the others continued onward. Welcome back to Session 20. Little milestone for us here. All right.
The party falling apart.
So, the night before was when you guys had time to converse, to talk about things within the temple up in Aelwyn's room. She had come around long enough with a powerful potion that Father Gedwin had given her to discuss, but he told you he couldn't keep her awake for long. Having completed that discussion, you all just exhausted turned in to bed. It is now the next morning. The day has dawned, and the weather is it's storming actually outside. There is a bad sleet and rainstorm. It's not quite snow, but it is. You hear it. You guys are inside in your rooms, and you can hear it pattering off the glass within the temple as it's just. And you wake to a leaden gray day as you look out. The landscape is just covered with, sleet and rain. It's just a miserable, miserable day. And it is, in fact, the 6th of November.
Would we have been healed, Brad?
Yes. Always to the practical. I love it.
Right? Totally healed.
Well, and now we have some decisions to make.
I suppose at this point, you guys, you know that Duncan wished to speak with you all whenever you had the chance. And, if there's more conversation you wish to have with Aelwyn, she might be able to be roused. You're not sure. You'd have to talk with Father Gedwin about that. But otherwise, it's on your own recognizance.
We've decided what we're doing.
Yes, I believe what makes the most sense, Bertram, is for you and I to head west to the ruins and then south to the tournament. And as soon as Aelwyn is on her feet, her and Celivis can bring haste south, and we can all meet in Southcote.
Southcote. Is that agreed upon, Celivis?
I believe that was the plan as best we could make it, obviously. To some extent, I'm hoping, you'll make it back to Southcote by winter's end, winter's flying, rather. But I think it's going to be the best bet we have, so that at least we have sort of a landing location for all of us.
I think you have to travel through Riverwatch to get to Southcote. Is that correct?
No, that is
Oh,
incorrect. Yeah, it's quite a bit further south if you look on the map.
I'll show you
if
guys the map.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah. If you look on the map, it's further south, down that way, to Southcote. There's Riverwatch is down to the east.
Fine. So there's Riverwatch, as you can see to the south.
Yeah. It's just right over the river. Yep. And there's Southcote down there.
Southcote's down to the...
Yeah, it does.
the north road.
I'm going to do real quick is because I meant to do this last week. I apologize. My memory is trash. I'm going to send you all the full map. I've been meaning to do this, and I guess I thought I had done it, and I did not.
But yeah, it looks like you guys should have a pretty straight shot from Riverwatch, back to Southcote along at least a somewhat main road.
Yeah, I guess that's the plan. Then meet up in Southcote after the tournament.
We should speak with Duncan first. I think it makes sense for them to come with us, since Aelwyn and Celivis won't be leaving for some time. We'll be that much more into winter. I think if they travel with less, they'll have better luck moving fast.
I just sent you guys the map, and I just remembered why I haven't been able to pull it, because it's the limitation of Zoom with the to fit the full page map in. But I just sent you the Lonely Valley map just so you have it.
So yeah, I guess probably talk to Duncan and see what he has to say. But I'm in agreement.
Okay.
I don't like leaving you, Celibus. I just think, well, I have to when I think this configuration for the groups makes the most sense.
Well, we have too many moving pieces we need to get to, so.
Indeed. Vrixis will keep you safe.
He will. But we should be fine here at the temple, as long as we aren't attacked by beastmen.
I doubt that will happen again. But who knows?
We didn't fail to kill their leader or anything like that.
Yeah, we whittled down their numbers as well as the cultists, so I think the town here will be safe for the time being.
Hoping so.
But we should go speak with Duncan, though.
Very good.
Okay. As you guys make your way out of the men's quarters, which is number 8 on the map there, you are heading down into the south, which is the main entry there. And as you come into the center, you can see several people kind of, there's the normal crowds as people, it's kind of busy on this day as the weather is so terrible outside. You can see several people nearby, but one of the first things that you see is 2 halflings facing each other, and they are locked in an argument. Father Gedwin is nearby, but you see that one of them is a, describe yourself, not Elwyn.
This halfling has short red hair. She's wearing a purple mage's robe, and she holds a carved staff in one hand, and she is yelling at the other halfling, who is just a little bit shorter than her.
Dweezil, and what is your name? Not
Capri.
Aelin? Capri? You can put that up on the screen should you wish it. So go ahead and yell at him.
What? Dweezil, I don't understand. What do you mean you lost more money?
What do you mean you don't understand? You know, for being somebody that's so smart and always in books, you have a hard time understanding things like this. I told you, it was a small loan, and I don't have it to pay back, and I am just heading south to Southcote for the winter, okay? It's not a big deal. Listen, this is my plan. I'm going to go there, I'm going to gamble, I'm going to make the money back, and I'll pay the thieves back. It's not a big deal, okay? Listen,
Dweezil,
you can use a break from your studies.
Do you know the statistics of making money back on gambling? And that doesn't even account for everyone who has loaded dice and everything else. Come on, you cannot be this stupid.
Bree, listen,
you guys,
you're overcomplicating it.
You guys at this point, Father Gedwin, who you've both just recently kind of gotten to know. You've been here at the temple for a couple of days, and this is where Kepri caught up with Dweezil. And Father Gedwin has told you you're welcomed. He's like, please, my friends, please. Perhaps there is a better place to have this family squabble. I don't know a better name for it. What does Dweezil look like, by the way?
He's small and lean. Even for a halfling, he's pretty small. Like his sister is a bit taller than him. He's small and lean. He has a half-cocked grin on his face most of the time. He's dressed in leathers and he has daggers strewn about him for his gear. He just looks like a shady type.
All right. And standing nearby is a tall, I'm guessing he's pretty tall, paladin. Well, he looks like a paladin. Not Trum. Let's see, what's his name again? Godric. Describe yourself.
Godric has a brown mustache with close cropped brown hair. He's 6 foot tall. He looks very serious. Has a great sword, and he's wearing plate mail armor.
Okay. And he's just kind of watching this all very, I'm guessing, impassively, letting no emotion betray. He was standing nearby talking to Godric first thing this morning. He has arrived recently. And again, some of you may have been here a longer or shorter amount of time, and just, again, to some of you, he may have even passed, Celavus and Venric here and there, but there are people coming and going, knights and warriors and different people. Again, this is the gateway to the Lonely Valley. But he was in pretty close talks with Father Gedwin as they kind of came to the antechamber, and this argument was taking place. And meanwhile, stepping in from out of the rain at this point is another figure. Why don't you describe yourself, Rigel?
You guys see a man dressed in mostly browns and greens, although he's not wearing like a long cloak in sort of style of the elves. He's got more of a kind of that medieval style like hood that kind of goes down to his shoulders. It kind of covers a little bit. I think he's got like a short cloak behind. This man is clearly seen a lot of things. You see he has numerous scars, and actually almost in some ways kind of deformative, even like it's like at one point kind of his hood gets brushed back and he's got like burn marks and scars. He's rather uncharismatic looking fellow, but he does stand out because he looks like a hammered nail.
And so, Venric, as you see this man come in and kind of shake the wet and the cold off him, something very, very familiar about him. And just as you're thinking, you know him from somewhere, his eyes kind of light up in recognition. And I don't know, Rigel, would you walk across to him?
Rigel immediately would. As soon as he recognizes who Sir Venric is, and perhaps some of the regalia, and I don't know if Sir Venric keeps any sort of thing showing of Griffin Company on his armor anywhere.
He would. He'd still actually have the Griffin Company tavern.
Okay, so as soon as Sir Rigel sees that and then sees the kind of rough description of Venric, he will kind of make a beeline across the hall for him.
And Venric, you recognize him as he gets closer. You didn't know him real well, but Rigel was one of the older Griffin Company scouts. He'd actually been serving in Griffin Company. He served Sir Tenyon for years, well before you came to squire for him. Because Rigel, isn't he? How old is he?
He's middle aged, so he's okay. About 38 at this point. So he's a little bit older.
Right, and as soon as you see this worn, scarred face, and it just instantly takes you back, and you have a memory of the day that you joined Griffin Company, and you were greeting things, and you remember Rigel kind of coming out with some of the other scouts and giving a report in Sir Tenyon's tent, and you took note of him. That you didn't serve a lot like side by side with him because you were a knight and he was a ranger, and he was always pathfinding and scouting. But he looks like really happy to see you.
Sir Venric, True Steel.
Rigel, what are you doing here?
I came looking for you. Well, my military days are over, Sir Venric.
Hey, indeed.
I've seen too many of them. But if you bid me a moment.
Yes, what do you need, Rigel? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. I'll be honest, Sir Venric. I've seen very few men who I would voluntarily join up behind and follow their lead. And you were always one of them.
I appreciate it, Rigel. Is there something specific that you're after?
Well, if you have me, I'm looking to join your company. I have no family to speak of, Sir Henrik. I unfortunately gave those years to the army, and it doesn't look like it's coming back. But I still got a few good years on me, and I know the woods. I'm a pathfinder.
I know. You never led us astray. Rigel, I need to speak with the group, but I will say we don't have any other rangers. I think that you would be a great addition to our group, actually. It's complicated. Right now, we're splitting up.
Father Gadwin, he cuts in at this point, realizing there are people around. He's like, come, my friends, let's adjourn to the library. It should be empty this time of morning.
Thank you, Father Gadwin.
And he looks over at Dweezil and Kepri, if you please. And you guys can see there's like their antagonism right now toward each other is like, at first, the rest of you, and this includes, Bertram and Venric and Celavis, to the rest of you, like, you're like, okay, it's like a little squabble, but they look ready to like fist fight right here in this hall. And you get the sense that they're both still pretty young. Who's the older?
Kepri.
Kepri's the older sister, and she looks like a young college girl. And Dweezil looks like essentially like a kid maybe in high school or fresh out of high school who's just always up to no good. They're both just fresh-faced. Although Dweezil just already looks just dirty and he looks like a scoundrel. But he also looks very clever. And those of you in the know, like especially like say Celavis, who's used to places like Softcoat and the capital, you're instantly like, okay, where's my coin purse? And you just instantly kind of shove it, a little closer to the front where you could see it. Gedwin leads you all into the to the library, which is 4 over there. There's a couple acolytes, and he gestures for him to leave. Please, my friends, you can talk fully in here. And I would like to say, well, I have something to add, but I'll be back. I'll be back in a moment. And he steps out.
Father Gedwin, if I may.
Yes.
Godric Brightflame, Order of the New Dawn, was sent here to see you.
Yes, my son. Walk with me.
And I do.
All right. And Godric leaves, leaving only Bertram.
Well, Rigel, as far as I'm concerned, I think that you would be a good addition to our team. Bertram, do you have any objections to having Rigel join us? He's a great scout. He's a ranger. This man knows what he's doing. He knows the wilds.
I was a scout in the Cerulean army for nearly 2 decades. Not quite, but close. This is what I spent most of my life doing, scouting the wilderness for the army. I know it's a little different. You adventurers tend to do things your own ways, but I could be a help.
If Sir Venric speaks of you this highly, welcome. I am Brother Bertram, and I'll reach out.
Well met. And he's quite a bit smaller. Rigel he's kind of, other than the look on it about him, this just really kind of hardened look. He's a really average sized and looking guy. Like if it weren't for all of the scars and things like that, he would be very kind of normal looking. Well met. And your name was Bertram?
Yes, Brother Bertram, Cleric of the Light. Here at the Temple of the Argent Lord.
I liked you blue clerics.
Brother Bertram, Rigel is a good man and an even better ranger. Rigel, it's good to see you. And Benric he'll give him a hug.
And he'll grab him the warrior's handshake and give him a hug. It's been good to see someone. Things went sideways with Griffin.
Yes, that's in part what I'm doing right now. Bertram and we're headed south. You know the tourney. Have you heard of the tourney coming up?
I didn't know much about it.
Well, there is a tourney, and I aim to compete. But the real reason I'm going that way is to find Vargas. I'm sure you remember him.
He disappeared.
He never showed.
You know, we went and, well, the army had a search for him, Benric. They were gone faster than we knew. After the fact, they had us go look for him, and they were gone before, well, we even knew where to look for him.
I believe he's the reason Sir Tenyon is no longer with us. I don't know that Vargas betrayed us. I don't know that he was derelict of duty. But for all we know, he could have been caught in battles elsewhere. The thing that I don't understand is nobody's heard from him since. But I know that he is alive. I happen to know that now.
Good to know.
There's a good chance he'll be at the tournament. And what's the name of the town? What is the name of the town, guys?
Riverwatch.
Yes. There's a chance that he'll be at the tournament in Riverwatch. And I intend to compete and then also question Vargas.
Sounds like a good plan.
What of you? Well, there's two of them. Little ones.
These wheels.
Little. Us? Halflings? Do you not know the
Yes!
word halfling?
Well, I mean, what's acceptable to call you?
Halflings.
Halfling! Seems on the nose, but halfling. Yes, what are you halflings?
We are here. Kepri, this is my brother, Dweezil.
Brother Bertram of the Light, cleric of the Argent Lord.
Okay, so you can remember all those words, but not halfling. Okay.
Oh, those are my words.
Brother Bertram, do you play dice?
Dice.
Would you be interested in the game? Yes.
Gambling?
Yes,
no,
my friend.
No,
Dweezil,
I do not do
we're
that.
not.
It's
we're
a
not
lot of
doing
fun.
this here.
You can make that. Okay. Okay. Big sis.
Is that a game that you halflings play? It's dice a lot? I don't
it's
gamble.
great.
You also gamble?
Me?
You-
No. We're
About
here.
that time. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, about that time, the door does open. And you can see standing in the doorway, now somewhat wet, you can see Father Gedwin and Sir Godric are standing in the doorway. And as they step in, behind them is a third man who you haven't seen in a while, Duncan Scarrow. He is soaking wet, and he kind of shakes his cloak. Dweezil, roll me percentiles.
37.
All right, never mind. There was a small chance you had run into Duncan Scarrow because you guys frequent similar places. As you make your way in, you guys, and again, those of you, Rigel and the Halflings and Sir Godric, you're meeting him for the first time, and he's like, "Ah, my lords, it's so good to see you. I heard Mistress Aylwin has been badly burned. I didn't want to pry last night, but we've some business to talk about. I need to, and about that time, Gedwin cuts in. Yes, there's much business to be discussed. And as I told you on the way here, we're going to get into all of that now. Now, I don't have time for a lot of chaos. And so I will referee for just a moment, if that is all right. And you guys can see Bertram, is like Bertram normally is like the right hand, like yes man, but Godric kind of cuts in quicker. Of course, high exemplar, and not role playing your character, but you have two characters to role play. So Godric instantly just like quicker than Bertram can even say anything, using his full title, and and Godric is standing like full at attention, like just ramrod straight, like he's getting ready to go on in like a parade march or something. And Father Gedwin says, very well. Look, here is the situation. Before we went to get Duncan, I knew he had business. He had asked me to let him know once you were in. So here is the situation. And he just turns to everybody. I'm going to bring you all into my confidences, and you have different reasons for being here. Starting, of course, with those of you. Now, have you settled on, what is it, the Eleutherian Aegis, I believe, as the name of your company now, looking at the founding members?
We have, correct?
Is that how you pronounce it?
I believe it's pronounced, when I looked it up anyways, it's pronounced Eleutherian.
Eleutherian. The Eleutherian Aegis, yes. All right. So he says that as he kind of like gestures to, Venric and Celovus and Bertram, glancing back at the rest of you.
Yes.
The Eleutherian Aegis is, they have worked with me quite some time at the temple, doing a lot of good here. Now, the rest of you that are newcomers, you come upon, you come to us at both an inauspicious and an auspicious time. For reasons that they will share with you perhaps later. This group has business they must tend to in multiple places. Now, Sir Benric Truesteel here, he is a knight of Griffin Company of the legend and storied House Truesteel. He will be going along with Brother Bertram. They are headed, I believe, to Ruavin and then on to Riverwatch. And they can explain those reasons as they go. I think it would be best, Rigel, was it?
Yes.
You know Venric anyhow from your army days, and you've come seeking him. I think it would be best if you go with them. And I'm going to also look, he turns to the halflings, and you guys are used to Gedwin not being thrown by much, but you're kind of getting the sense they've been incessantly bickering maybe for a while. And so he just says, I think it best if the two of you take a break from each other for a time at least. And I'm thinking, Kepri, wasn't it?
Yes.
The group will be bereft of the services of Celovus, the Seeker, the Wizard, and one of you roll me percentiles.
81.
Nope. You've never heard of him. Because Celovus too has gotten around. So apparently, the halflings, they've kind of been in their own bubble and more, but they're so young it makes sense. They're kind of out in the world. And he says, Kepri, I know that you seek to continue your studies. You're here for your brother. Your brother has grown. He can make his own choices. At this point, I believe that it would be best if you were to go with these men. If your brother means to go to Southcote, I believe that is their eventual destination anyhow. And yes, you, Dweezil, I would prefer if you've come, I know you come with your own business, but the road is dangerous. And perhaps if you could wait and render aid to Celovus and our dear Aelwyn, who is recuperating. Also, all of you, this is Sir Godric Brightflame, who is a paladin of the Order of the Argent Dawn. And he has come here to render aid. He has completed his trials. And again, you guys get the sense that this young... he's pretty young, isn't he, Bertram?
42.
Yeah, he's young. He's not as young maybe as the halflings, but he's young, and he's got that fresh face look, like zeal. He's like finished. And Venric, you're like taken back to when you were starting. Well, I don't know. Actually, how old are you, Venric?
Venric is 26.
Okay, Venric's a bit older, but also in those few years, Venric has seen war, which has aged him quite a bit mentally. And so while he's not that much older than this, Sir Godric, Venric, you just have a moment when you realize how many young knights and paladins and warriors you've seen just like this young Godric. And Father Gedwin says, so if you're all amenable to this, then I will send Rigel and Kepri with Brother Bertram and Sir Venric. You can, of course, discuss this.
I agree to that, Sir Venric. Do you?
Yes, well, like we discussed, I know Rigel quite well, and Kepri, and you are... What is it that you do exactly, Kepri?
Well, I am a wizard. Well, I guess I'm a wizard apprentice, but a wizard, yes.
Lightly of the capital.
Yes, I was studying at the university. Anyway, here I am.
Could use a wizard.
Brother Bertram, yeah, we are splitting up from Celavis, so perhaps we could be at an advantage with your spells. So, well, welcome to the team.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. Dweezil, I don't know about splitting up. Where are we going? I don't... Where am I going with you?
Well, we're going to head to Ruin first. There's a holy site I need to examine, and then we're headed to Riverwatch for a tournament for Sir Venric. We will meet up in Southcote with the remainder of the group once our Druidess Elwyn heals.
It'll be fine, Kepri. You'll be a couple weeks behind us. You have some adventures. And think about this. You're going to a small backwoods town, and then you're going to another big town, and then you'll be in Southcote.
I will say, Kepri, just as an FYI, one wizard to another, these sorts of tournaments also draw in numbers of court mages. You may be able to find some mentorship in this place, even though it might not seem like that.
That is something I've been sorely lacking.
Just as an option.
Maybe Dweezil should come along with me, though. I mean, he gets into trouble when I'm not around.
I will...
Mister, I'm fine. I'll hang out here for a few weeks, and then when what's-her-name heals from the burns, we'll meet you down at Southcote. It'll be fine.
If anything, Kepri, I will say, I can keep an eye on your brother. He might seem like he can slip away. I have ways of keeping an eye on things.
What was your name again?
My name is Celavis.
Celavis, do they have a tavern here?
Not here, but
No,
many in
my son,
Southcote.
this is a temple.
We don't get
and
inside the temple, Father Gedwin. The town.
Gedwin looks exasperated. Look, Kepri, your brother is clearly going to do what he's going to do. He's not a child any longer, and you can't control him. At least this way, you know he's with capable people, and he'll get to Southcote. I don't suggest anyone as the weather gets worse, the roads get more treacherous, and not only that, people get more desperate. The roads are dangerous. None of you should travel alone. Once you all have met in Southcote, perhaps the time apart will have done you both some good, and you can decide from there what to do. And at that point, Duncan is like, "My lord, please, I need to speak to them." Yes, I'm very sorry, Duncan. Yes, go ahead. And I got the wrong. Man, I thought I had a better picture of that. And Duncan Scarrow is like, sorry, but I need to speak to you on behalf of the Arrows, if I may. We've had some new recruits, and I was hoping, Sir Henrik, Brother Bertram, Master Selvus, perhaps we could talk about that. We've got a few. An old Garner will be healed in the morrow, and so
Good.
if we could discuss some business. I know you've got plenty of with your new folk here, but well, I would like to at least discuss the possibility of. I didn't expect to have much luck growing the troop, you see, but well, we've had some luck. We've had some folks turn up, drawn by our exploits in Fartham, believe it or not. So. And he kind of glanced over at Father, going, I'm sorry, Father. He's like, no, it's all right. Look, I think that each one of you needs to discuss separately. He looks at the halflings and kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. You'll have to figure out what you're going to do and how you wish to do it. I have other duties to attend to. Aelwyn is in my care. He turns then to Venric and Selvus and Bertram. You can trust. She's in my care. She is well, and as I believe your plans are, Selvus will stay here with her.
That is correct.
And continue to study. Oh, and Kepri, he kind of gestures around him because you guys are in the middle of the library. He says, "You are, of course, most welcome to make use of our library. I think you'll find it's not, of course, the equal to the university. However, it's one of the better libraries you'll find in the Lonely Valley." And he kind of steps out then, and Godric, and again Bertram, as he makes to follow, he is cut off by Godric, who's like walking right behind Father Gedwin, just like lockstep. And Gedwin actually,
about him I don't like. I'm just saying it.
Gedwin actually kind of stops at the door so fast. I'm sorry, Jerry, if I'm hijacking your character.
Oh no, it's fine.
I get this feeling from him, and Father Gedwin stops. He turns. He says, "Brother Godric, it's all right. I believe that you should be part of whatever conversations happen. You'll be staying here, as I instructed you, rendering aid to Aelwyn and Selvus." And he lowers his voice a little bit, keeping an eye on that halfling for me.
Consider it done.
He kind of nods at you all and ducks out.
Godric,
and it was
before
clear
he ducks out, will sense evil on Dweezil.
Wow.
He senses no evil.
But he does sense charm and a roguish grin.
And as Godric is like looking, Dweezil is just kind of like looking around the room for anything interesting other than books, like bored with this, just like, oh my God, what are these people doing in this place? Come on. He's not saying that out loud. He's just thinking it. You can see it on his face.
And Kepri, you know that look, and you're just like, oh no, that look has led to some of the worst possible things in your family history. It's always this way right before he gets into some manner of trouble.
Well, Kepri, I think that we should split up. Father Schmedwin said it was a good idea, and that man seems wise. I think we should listen to him.
His name is Father Gedwin, little one.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exemplar, Father Gedwin.
Did you forget already? The word is halfling.
Yes. In a minute, but don't say his name wrong.
I said Gedwin.
Is this Bertram or Godric?
This is Bertram. He's had enough of people cutting in on his mentor. Shiny new freaking paladin knight.
All right, take it easy, big guy. Take it easy.
He's handsome too, Bertram. Chiseled jaw.
All right, fine.
Looks like stepped out of a painting.
Back to the painting with you.
Maybe hanging out with these clerics for a couple weeks will do you some good.
I'm sure it'll be loads of fun, sis. Well, you have fun on your journeys. and I will stay busy here, and we'll meet up
Play
in
with the
Soft
dragon.
Do not steal from anyone. And she like lowers her voice and she's casting suspicious glances at these humans. They fell
Capri,
off your hand.
I'm a merchant, not a thief, okay?
Where are your wares? What kind of merchant has no wares?
Well, I owe some people money back at the capital city, and you know that, okay? We don't have to get into all the details in front of all these strangers. Thank you.
Fine. You know what? Fine. Yes, I'm in. Get me out of here.
Thank the gods.
See how long you last without me. Fine.
She's a real fireball there, Bertram. Careful, keep an eye on her.
Boy, oh boy.
Halflings.
Bertram
Shit.
doesn't know what to say. He just... It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
Venric will just kind of like look at this like he's dumbfounded by and then he'll just turn to Duncan. Duncan, you said new recruits. This is great news. What?
Aye, sir. I needed to obviously square it with you. I've let them stay at the camp. First, I bought some more tents and such. I hope you don't mind, but I did take the liberty of that decision. But yes, I wanted to. I wanted to run it by you, of course, but they came seeking employment. They'd heard of what we'd done, and believe it or not, for the first time, we've had some good publicity or fame or whatever you like to call it. But obviously, I need to run it by you, and I told them. Of course, they don't know all about you, all of you, and your deeds and your exploits, and so. They of course would like to meet any of you that are willing. Obviously, I know Mistress Aylwin can't. She's Father Geddon was very strict about that. In fact, I don't think anyone had better go up by her room. I mean, obviously you three, but I think he'll take that hammer and sink it into someone's skull if they bother her right now. So, at any rate,
doesn't stop him. The wrath of Celadus's flames will.
Indeed, sir. But as to that, well, we can talk more on that later. But if I know the weather's might nippy, and again, as he says, it's like someone threw rice at the window. As he says, a might nippy. He's like, but I tell you, in the old country, it's this is like a spring breeze. It won't take us long.
All right, let's get to it.
I'll go too.
Selvus will as well.
Okay, Selvus goes Rixus, and it's at this time, Kepri, that as you and your brother have been arguing, you kind of turn away and you see crawling out of Selvus's large pack, you see a tiny brass dragon. He's like, I think I will stay indoors where it's warm.
Keep out of the cold.
Goodness.
Dweezil just goes, oh my god, what is that thing?
Is that a dragonling?
This is Frixus.
Yes, my dear. And it is good to meet you.
Oh, you have the power of speech already. My goodness.
He's the keeper of the tomes.
Oh. All
Yes,
tomes,
yes.
Or...
Well, every tome he
What
gets
tomes
sent
come into my possession? We should have a cup of tea and discuss magic.
Oh, I would love to. Yes, you fellows go out into the rain. That sounds great.
All right.
Have a good time.
And what does Dweezil do as Venric, Selvus, and Bertram? Does he go with them? Does he just stay in here? Does he just leave and investigate all around on his own?
He's actually, as soon as he hears the dragon and his sister talk about talking magic over tea, he's just like bored with it. So he turns around and walks out with the other group as if he's going to go with them. And then as soon as they're out, he'll split up and just go look at the town, just see what there is.
I love it. All right. Okay. And you guys, actually give me perception checks versus Dweezil's stealth check. Don't forget, stealth is a class skill, so you roll with advantage for that.
Heck no. 6.
So you guys, like for a while, you're walking through the rain as you head out, and you think And again, this map now, obviously the trees on this would be mostly, oranges and, fiery reds and stuff, because the trees are mostly turning. Some of them are beginning to actually shed their leaves. As you come outside, the halfling was with you. You're kind of talking as you like slog along, because you remember that the Scarrow's arrows are now camped out by the stables, between the stables and the Wayne right there. They found a little patch of ground, and you kind of glance back, and he's just not there anymore.
Slippery little fellow.
That should be fun to keep track of.
For you. I've got the sharp tongue one coming with us.
It's true.
Duncan. So, Brother Bertram and I are heading to Ruavin, and then, my God, guys, I can't think of the
Riverwatch.
Riverwatch. I keep wanting to say South Bend. Don't know why. We're headed to Ruavin and then Riverwatch. We thought you and the arrows could come with us.
Well, so that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, see. Of course, whatever orders you give me are fine. But if we do take on these new recruits, sir, I'm going to need some time to train them. And, I will, of course, do as you order. But my hope was perhaps we could stay here either for the winter or leading right on up to it, so that I could at least get a few weeks and train with them. Now, if that's not to your liking, that's okay, sir. We'll just bring them as they are. But it's going to be awful, tight putting them on the road. Not drilled with them. They're quite young and green, some of them, sir. So
that actually might make sense. Aelwyn will be another 3 weeks recovering. Then her and Celibus will head directly to Southcote. Perhaps you could stay and train them while Aelwyn recovers, and then you could travel with them. The only fly in the ointment with that plan might be, I know that Celibus and Aelwyn plan on traveling fast because of the weather conditions. So the whole caravan might slow them up. I guess worst case scenario, you and the arrows could just make your way south to Southcote. Even if it's not lockstep with Celibus and Aelwyn, you guys can get there when you get there.
We could give him the winter here, though, if you wanted to take the extra time to develop training with them.
That's not a bad idea either, Brother Bertram. Perhaps you should just stay for the winter and then meet us in Southcote early spring.
Of course, sir, whatever you wish. And I don't wish to be putting on airs or trying to make decisions. I just, for the company to grow, which has always been my goal. And of course, my goal is your goal. And how did you say the new name? You had the Eltrian barge? What was it again?
Celibus?
The Elthurian Aegis.
Elthurian Aegis. And what's that mean again, sir?
Free or unbound protectors.
We could have just called ourselves the Free Protectors. Sorry, sir, not my... Sorry.
Well, that
the
wouldn't be any
Elthurian
fun.
Aegis.
That's
Yes.
what they invented a vocabulary for.
The Lutheran Aegis.
Yes, Bertram, I think that's how you say it. But again, sirs, I do not wish to... of course, we're in your employ. We'll do as you say, and if it's a bad time to hire and take folks on, I'm well aware right now with everything that's happened with Mr. Aelwyn. This was something that kind of sort of fell into my lap as you went onto the forest, and I felt it would be at least good to have him hang around. Manpower being what it is, and you can decide. But here we are, and he's kind of walking over toward the camp, and you can see that as he is, let me find real quick. Gotta go between the proper ones. He walks over, and you guys can see the camp it's pretty miserable. There's like a couple other, few more tents. You guys are actually you notice that they're standing in the lee of the Wainwrights, and he keeps glancing over. He's like, "Yeah, I spoke with the Wainwright. He said we could meet in among the wagons. It's a bit out of the weather, and the tents are they're getting soaked pretty well. They were well enough through most of the weather, but again, we did spend some of the gold on supplies. So, if I could, recruits!" And he kind of, as he says this, you see 5 new recruits step out. He says, "Recruits, these are your lords. Your lady, Mistress Aylwyn, the druidess, she's not here right now. She also is who we employ. Salute!" And they give the most and again, Venric, being a soldier, would Rigel have come too? Made his way along, Selvus?
Yeah, Rigel would have followed along with him.
That's what I figured. So Rigel, too, having been in the army, the two of you military man, as they give these just like terrible salutes, and you see the rest of Scarrow's arrows kind of roll their eyes. Even young, the youngest, young Nils, he just is like, groans as these guys are, because he's been in training for a few months now. Right. We'll work on that. Okay, all right. And he, as you guys kind of walk in front of each recruit, and you guys are kind of standing there facing him, and you guys are underneath the eaves of this Wainwright, and you can see that each one of them they're pretty young, they're nervous, they've spent a couple nights out in tents in the rain, and he looks back at you all. He said, "There were a couple more, but, well, if I'm being honest, I figured if they couldn't rough it out a few nights in the tents in the weather, they weren't cut out for soldiering. All right, Sir Venric?"
Venric shakes his head. "Yes, you're right.
These are what's left." And, and one of them's like, "So is it the leftovers or Scarrow's arrows?" "It's Scarrow's arrows, boy. The leftovers is an insult. Now, we'll start with you, young Noel. This is Noel Brayton, was it?" And he's "Yes, sir. That's me, Noel." Right. And you can see standing before you is a well-built young man. He is human. He kind of seems a little aloof. He's kind of just has his chin held high, like he thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. And you realize he, as Scarrow says, he'll make a fine infantry if he survives. He kind of whispers back to you all, "I think he's 16. But, well, I was 15 when I joined." He steps over to a young woman. She seems very athletic, very fit, and her hair's braided down. She has just a very calm air about her. "This is, I believe, Miss Lynn Reed, was it?" She says, "Yes, sir." And she had one of the sharper salutes out of the group. She seems like she has a little more together. "I believe she's 20. And she nods. "Yes." Next, we have the oldest of the group, the old man, as it were. This is Nestor Parkley. You see a serious-looking human man. He has he's not very tall, but he's stout. He's stocky. He's maybe a little below average height. You notice that he is wearing a holy symbol of the light around his neck. He's not an acolyte, but it's clear that he is a pious man. The symbol, as you look a little closer, it is the symbol of the Argent Lord. Next, we have young Dirk Hillier. Dirk is he's another young man. He looks to be I believe, Nestor was 23. Dirk here is, I believe, 21, yeah? And Dirk nods. And you guys see that Dirk is another young man. He's slim, but again, very athletic, not an ounce of fat on him. He's handsome, but he's just got a kind of a hard look in his eyes. And finally, we have young Britta Walsh, and you can see there is this final young woman. She's like, yes, I'm Britta. I'm 19. I'm a human female, and I'm here to serve. Is that what you need to know? Hi, she's a little ray of sunshine. She is. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be, am I supposed to be cheerful to be in the army? Is this even the army? I mean, this isn't even what are we doing? And about that time, you guys can see that his second in command has had enough, and he steps up, and as she's saying all this and kind of being sarcastic, you can see Rafe, and you remember Rafe as the cheerless, belligerent ex-sergeant, who he's just tall, balding, and just a brutal-looking man. He's square-jawed. His hair is just stubble. He's got more stubble on his face, and he's like, "Shut it, girl! Fine, you better shut." And she's like, "Fine, I didn't know we weren't allowed to shut it. You want to run lips in this?" She kind of stops, and Dirk snickers, and he turns over, he goes, oh, you think that's funny, do you? And Scarrow kind of gestures for you all to maybe follow him out of the rain, out into the rain, away from
smiles approvingly at that whole debacle, and then he'll follow.
And he's like, listen, sirs, I know they're green, I know, but they're pretty tough. We ran them through some PT. And, I know what to look for. And secondly, pickings are slim. I'm not saying they can all get through. If I can have a month to really push them, even the 3 weeks that we talked about will give me enough time to know. I'll either drum them on out of here, or we'll start to make soldiers out of them.
Everybody starts somewhere, Duncan. And I think that you've done a good job. You've proven once again your leadership by recruiting them and getting the extra tents. I think you've done it well.
Thank you, God. And you can tell he's visibly relieved, Venric, as you tell him this. You can tell, because this is new for him. He's used to running his own company and working for you and doing that. He wasn't sure, the lines were getting a little blurry for him, whether or not he had somehow misstepped here. So he's very happy. He's like, it does me a world of good to hear, sir.
I think your instincts are right, again, even with staying in town here for a couple of more weeks at least. I think Brother Bertram and I will take our band west. You and the Arrows stay here. At the end of the 3 weeks, when Aelwyn is ready, I think you need to talk it over with Celavis and Aelwyn at that time to decide if you leave with them at that time, or if you should stay for the winter and meet us in South Coast afterward. That'll be your call and Celavis's call if you think your troops are ready, and if Celavis thinks it's best for you to leave with them.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
If I could broach an uncomfortable subject, but one that I feel I need to. We've pay that coming up, and also we'll need a bit more with the new recruits. Now, obviously, they won't get paid what our regular troopers do. And then also, if we are to be parted till spring, I don't know how you want to go about that. I don't want to come off as greedy, sir, but we've got to take care of them.
Oh, and, what about the cost of the tents too?
Well, I took that out of what you already paid us, sir. Of course. I mean, that was how we did that.
Well, I think it's time for a raise for you and the Arrows. What do you say, 60 gold a month?
60 gold a month? Sir, that'll be just fine. That'll be great.
Do we want to cover the new recruits?
I was going to say, how do we want to do that, Fenric? Do we want to pay them ahead of time, just in case they stay here all winter? Do we want to leave them gold, after we leave? How would you like to do that?
This is what I think. I think there's 4 of us in the main corps. There's about 4 months until springtime. I say we each chip in a month worth of pay for the Arrows. Celavis, you can hold on to my portion and perhaps Brother Bertram's portion, pay them by the month. And if for whatever reason you and Aelwyn leave them behind until the springtime, you can pay them in advance.
That works.
All right, here's my 60 gold. And Venric will hand you 60 gold pieces, Sylvanas.
So does Brother Bertram.
And Sylvanas will begin divvying this out in separate pouches. You'll see he actually specifically wraps like a different color of wrapping around each one of the pouches before he puts it in his backpack, so he kind of signifies that it's set apart for that specific purpose.
Sylvanas, do we have party bag gold that we could split, or do we already do that?
So, we have... One moment. We don't have much in the way of party bag gold because we gave, out of that last go-round, we gave almost all of the gold and silver to the pack of that last big grouping. We have a little bit of leftover coin. Let me find my party bag notes. Okay. Yep, so it looks like we had a little bit of leftover gold, silver, and copper, but nothing crazy. We've got less than 100 gold here that's in the party bag from what we had before. So I can split it up if you guys want, for the rest of that, or however we want to do that.
I have plenty to last me until we get to Southcote, and, well, not to be full of myself, but there's a good chance I win more coin at the tourney. So I say hold on to it until we meet again. Perhaps if there's hidden costs that you run into with the arrows, it's a big caravan at this point, and it's a long ways to go with everybody. Perhaps the party bag could cover that.
I will say, if you guys want to take some of these perhaps valuable items, we have at this point nearly 2,000 gold worth of gems and jewelry that we've not been able to sell. Just saying, it would be easily carryable if you guys did need some extra cash on the road.
I'm down to about 94 gold.
94 gold? Bertram, what are you... Oh, that's right, the armor. That's right, my friend.
Right.
Wise decision.
Well, for instance, we have a gold arm torque that's worth 250 gold, and it would be super easy carryable. Somebody could just, have it, and then you can sell it or try to sell it when you get there,
DM question real quick. Have I given you XPs for that stuff yet, or no?
Yes, this is just all crap that we have not been able to sell.
Gotcha.
We hit the temple's gold piece limit several times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then yes, perhaps we could take some of the treasure with us. And Bertram, are you any good with appraisal? Are you at least good enough to make sure we get a fair deal when we go to sell anything?
Yeah, I actually have that as a class skill.
Perfect. Then perhaps if we have downtime, you can find a place to sell this stuff. Just make sure that what was his name? Dweezil. Where is that lad?
He disappeared a little
He was
while
right
ago.
behind us.
Godric, I thought you were watching him.
Did Godric stick with Father Gedwin?
No, he came with us.
Father Gedwin sent him with you guys.
Okay.
Godric kind of is still standing at that parade rest, and he's like,
He slipped out of my sight. He's a tricky one.
Well, let's just keep our treasure close by when he's around. Perhaps he'll be a good thief. I don't know what to make of that guy yet. I don't trust him. Anyways. So, okay, all right. Sylvanas, you have our coin to be able to pay the arrows for the next few months. And if they do decide to stay, if you decide to, command them to stay, they'll have paid for this until spring. Bertram and I could take some of the treasure. Bertram will make sure we get a fair price. I think everything should be all set.
one final question, my lords. And Duncan kind of cuts in. He stepped aside, kind of stepped back to let you guys discuss all of this. not trying to be part of a conversation he doesn't belong in. I have spoken with Father Gedwin and the storehouse, which is number 4 on your map. I had asked him if, as the weather gets worse, if we might take up quarters in the storehouse. He did offer me to stay more in the temple. To be honest with you, we still are going to need to be outside on any days that we can, and I really don't want the younglings to get too comfortable. I really need to make it tough on them, as you might well understand. So what my thoughts were is to move camp. He said we could take over the front, and he liked the idea because he always has to position guards out there at the storehouse anyhow, and we'll just take over that detail. If that's all right with you, sirs, we'll move camp as soon as the weather breaks.
Always forward thinking, Duncan. I like it.
Trying, sir. And you guys kind of look beyond Duncan, and you see Rafe, the sergeant. I said move! And you can see him running circles around the stables now, just like in its sleet. And, one of them slips and falls, and he's like, do you want some cookies with it? Get up and run! What do you think happens when the griffin's behind you? Run! Move! And he's just like keeping pace with him. And he's not hitting him or anything, but he's just like shouting at him. You can see they're just slogging through the mud. And then that's when you realize, like, my man is in armor too doing this.
Yeah.
He's just like running them like he was born to do this. And Duncan kind of laughs. He goes, I tell you, that man was born to do that.
Godric will smile.
Godric, he's not kidding about the griffin thing.
Oh, no?
No, we've encountered one. Duncan, he's good at his job. You got to keep him around.
I can see that.
Oh, aye, sir. Aye, sir. Rafe has been with me since my army days. He's, him and old Garner we were the remnants of our old unit. And, that's how we started. But again, sirs, I hope I haven't been too forward, but I think this is the best way forward for the company. My thoughts are that if things go well, whether it's in the spring or whether it's in a few weeks from now, when next we meet, I'll have the beginnings of growing the company out to something. I don't know what military aspirations you have, but, well, my lords, I know you've got some enemies. And if we have to take the field against another unit or company or small army, we'll be ready. That's my goal. To get the arrows ready for you, and then if you get any other units, we'll work right alongside them. I think we'll have a good infantry and unit of archers, if nothing else, ready.
Venric will stand at attention and reach out for the warrior's handshake to Duncan.
He does the same.
Well done, Duncan. This sounds like a good plan.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And I haven't been able to see Mistress Aylwin. Father Gedwin told me to wait, but if you can, let her know our thoughts and prayers are with her. And and Master Celovus, I believe you're staying on. So once she's well enough, if you could let me know, I'd like to at least see her.
Yes, I'll be going back and forth checking on everyone. I'll be coming out, checking on you and the scarrows and whatnot. Yes, I'll be staying, and Aowen, I'll be keeping an eye on her as we go. Hopefully she wakes up sooner, but she was quite badly burned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, and Sir Benric, Haste is doing quite a bit better. He's still can't stand without pain, but we've checked in on him every day.
Thank you for the update. And Celovus, you'll be sure to bring Haste back to me, right?
Yes. If Aowen will be able to control him.
Thank you, my friend.
Godric will ask Haste.
Oh, Haste is my trusted war steed. He was fell in combat by an orc, a savage orc. But he's on the mend.
And Clay, I don't know, is Clay here?
Clay was at the stables. Actually, Venric was going to stop in and see him, but
Gotcha. Okay.
Venric will kind of look to Bertram. It reminds me of Bertram. I should probably see about getting a replacement horse for the time being.
You could ride on the temple with me if you'd like.
Yes, that's true, but
For the tourney.
for the tourney, I'll need a mount.
That's true.
Plus, when haste is better, I might entrust the new steed to Clay. He's come a long way, hasn't he, friends?
Yes.
It's true.
He's getting good with that spear.
Better every day. Well, I'm trying to think if there's any other plans that we need to set.
Sir Duncan, or not Sir Duncan, he's not a sir, my bad. Duncan will then, seeing as you guys are now on to planning other things, my lords, I'll see you before you go. And he kind of heads back to start. You can see that they're kind of packing up to make the move over to the storehouse. The original Scarrow's arrows are all kind of nodding at you as you pass in the rain.
Thank you.
Very well.
That's that. We leave in the morning.
Say we should. We should. While the weather, well, it's pretty bad now, but it can get worse. So yes, I think we should leave in the morning.
We take in the temple. Of course, Copper, he's coming with us.
Well, we should ask Copper if he prefers to stay for a few more weeks or come now.
You guys know that Copper was going for breakfast. He's not he has no say in such matters. He just said, see y'all after breakfast or whatever.
It's a good idea. We should talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go find him.
All right. You guys make your way back inside. Meanwhile, Kepri, you have been in here with Vrixis, and the two of you have just been discussing matters, magical, mundane. You've been discussing things like the capital. He's been asking you questions about how's the university these days, and you're realizing he is a much older dragon. Do you have any questions for him or things that you would speak to him about?
Oh, certainly. Do you know any of the professors there?
Well, I knew several long ago, as you might imagine, back near the foundation of the university. Of course, that was hundreds of years back. So, sadly, while there are some who extend their lifespan, most are still not there teaching, I don't believe. Unfortunately.
Hundreds of years, you say? Is this a disguise? Are you in disguise as a small woman?
No, and I can understand your misunderstanding. I like you, I do, Kepri. I'm going to share something with you I've shared with very few people. Celovus knows, of course, and I believe the Druidess has maybe guessed at it. I was, of course, a much older brass dragon. I don't know what you know of the doings of dragons in the land at this time.
Not many. I know the historical worms, of course, but of the current movings, not very much.
Yes, well, I was in a great battle some time ago with a horrible green dragon named Callistrix. He is a minion of Vost. Well, that's not true. The Vostians would say he is one of their captains. They're in league, of course. I don't know what you know of the politics of that dread empire. However, Callistrix and I fought, and I thought I had the better of him, but my wing was pierced by a ballista from below. And Callistrix, he took advantage of that moment. Green dragon's acidic breath is a terrible thing. He breathed into my face, blinding me. And as I plummeted, he ripped into my wings. I was dying when I hit the ground. He slew me there that day, and I was killed outright. I thought that was it. However, the next thing, and I have very vague memories of this, I was hatched for the second time, which, as I might tell you, is quite unsettling. Or my memories of hatching the first time are either none, like humans and most things we can't remember our formative years, much less our birth. I was reincarnated. To put it bluntly, I have many allies. My friends among the Seekers and the Elves. I fought hard for them, and they brought me back. They were able to. Shiasa, the caller, she is a powerful druid. Aelwyn's mother, in fact, she had a hand in my rebirth, and she it was that made sure I returned in the same form as a brass dragon and not a random form. But I was brought back as a babe. I had some of my memories. I'm regaining more of them every day. I haven't confided this to anyone but Celibus, I must say. So perhaps it could be our secret.
Oh,
Not that I have anything to hide, but they're a good lot. Venric Sir Venric is a good man, but he sees the world in as steel and warfare as a knight must. Brother Bertram is a pious man. I'm sure he would understand, but likely wouldn't care. Aelwyn, I wanted to confide more. I've grown quite fond of her, but she too often clashes with Celibus, and Celibus is my minion. Minion is a harsh word. I would say Celibus is, you might say he's my aide, if you will.
See?
Yes, he helps me in my studies. And so at any rate, he was assigned to me by the Seekers. Of course, he will say that I was assigned to him, but of course, we know who is serving whom. But at any rate, Celibus is my friend. We've become quite close on our journeys, on our travels, and he's doing a very great work. I've never known a more astute and intelligent mage. Very intelligent, my dear.
Coming from
but
a
you seem
dragon
quite
of your
sharp
years,
yourself.
that must be quite the... He must be quite the wizard, then.
I believe he may be the Grand Master of the Seekers before it is all done. Should he survive, of course. It's a very deadly world, and we are at war. But enough. Tell me more of the university. And he kind of, goes off into asking you a million questions. Is this building still standing? What of that statue? Have you ever seen this quarter of the capital? And we'll trail off and go on to, because I want to know what Dweezil's up to.
Dweezil was out checking the town. He was looking to find a spot he could catch a stiff drink.
As Dweezil starts looking around, he looks, obviously he knows that it's not going to find anything at the temple. He goes up, he knows that 2 and 3 and 6 are residences. 7 is the Wainwright, 8 is the stables, 4 is the storehouse. But as he goes to over by Beginnings, you actually see halflings, and you kind of make your way over there, and you are a little shocked to see that this is halfling owned and operated. You can see as you kind of glance in, you see 3 children. They're all pretty young. The oldest, I believe, is 12. But you can see Hugo and Anna Brighthearth are within it's a drizzly day. The children are actually playing inside, and you can see in behind the counter the wife is working. But as you're kind of glancing through the side door, Hugo comes and he's hefting a barrel, and he kind of glances over and sees you, unless you're hiding.
Oh, not hiding.
Okay, he glances over and sees you standing. He's like, "Oh, hello there." Hugo,
Well met.
didn't expect to see another halfling here. Hugo Brighthearth, and he kind of sets the barrel down that he was lugging and steps forward.
Nice to meet you. The name's Dweezil.
Tweezel, good to meet you. Not from the Lonely Valley, eh?
No, not at all. Actually from the capital city. Just here
Ah,
sightseeing with my big sister.
oh, very good. Very good. Well, I was just moving this barrel out to the storehouse out back. Is there something we can help you with? Anna's inside. She runs the store.
Just, looking around town. I'm new here. Just wanting to know if there's a place I can get a nice stiff drink. It's their town. A tavern.
Well, there's no tavern. Father Gedwin has frowned on having one. But some of us do get together at the Wainwright's shop. And as it just so happens, he kind of glances back. You help me move a few things around. We'll go meet him. You're more than welcome to join us.
That sounds excellent. What are we moving?
And he kind of has you help him move. Not a ton. It's about 10 crates and barrels. They're pretty heavy, but with the both of you moving them, you make pretty short work of it. You get it out back, and you see Hugo kind of reach around. He's like, apple brandy. And he kind of come with me, and he kind of you guys are over at Beginnings is actually 5. You cross the road and you go down to 7, which is the Wainwright. And as you make your way in, it's about by this point it's probably late afternoon. As you kind of like looked around the place, spent some time, you had noticed the group coming back from the camp near the Wainwrights earlier, and just kind of waited for them to go past in the rain. You make your way into the Wainwrights, and here Errol Windit is the Wainwright, and he looks over. He goes, "Hugo, you're early. Oh, who's this?" He's like, "This is Dweezil, new friend of mine. He's new in town." Well, he turns to Dweezil. This isn't really a town so much as a protectorate of the temple. I mean, we do well. We're safe here under the watchful eyes of the Argent Lord. And of course, he is, Father Gedwin is a good man. And you can see Errol Windit kind of snorts. He's like, "Aye, but the man wouldn't know a good drink if it bit him in the behind. Here." And he says, "What'd you bring?" He says, "Well, I've got apple brandy." And he's like, "Well, I've got cups." And he sets them out. And the three of you pour a cup. And you see there's a couple other men come in, tradesmen and farmhands, over the next little bit. And they're all like, "Starting early. Yeah." And they kind of start taking, you realize that you've kind of stumbled on a little like club where some of these people come in and, they're dying for like a proper tavern, but they're meeting here at the Wainwrights instead. And they're just kind of talking, and eventually somebody's like, "So are we going to dice tonight or what, lads? I mean, and he's like, "Well, dice or cards." And you see Hugo look over at you, Dweezil. He's like, "Do you play?"
Funny you might ask. I love to gamble. Dice, cards, drinks. It sounds great. And if somebody were to open a proper tavern in this place, it would make a killing.
Right? That's what I've been saying. And you see Windit's like, "Of course it would, but how do we can't convince old grumpy Father Gedwin. I mean, he's light save us and all that, but by the gods, I mean, a man's got to have a drink, and a man's got to have a nip and let's play." And then he clearly is getting uncomfortable with what he's saying, but he's like, "Let's just play." So here's what we're gonna do. We'll say that the wager, the overall, just for the sake of moving it along, everybody is all in at 6 silver, Dweezil, for the evening's game. This is like all the games put together. Can you ante up 6 silver?
That is the only thing I didn't finish on my character sheet.
After all the stuff you would have had, you would have 1d8 gold, and so would the rest of you.
5
new
gold.
Characters. All right, so you have the equivalent of 50 silver.
That I do. Yes, I'm anteing in.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. You can play with your intelligence stat, your wisdom stat, or your dex stat if you're going to try anything shifty.
Not yet. You said intelligence, wisdom, or dex, so we're gonna go intelligence.
All right. Roll d20. This is -1, 0, and +1. All right.
There's a 15.
You are winning. You are up at cards. You are so close. And Errol Windit beat you out. You guys are playing 3 Dragon Ante, and he beats you out. He calls you. He bluffs. You miss it, and he wins the pot by the end of the night. But it's a good game. And Dweezil, as you look around, you realize they're a good lot. They're a good lot. You know, for a second, you're like glancing around to make sure like nobody's pulling a fast when you're not being cheated or anything like that. But it's nothing like that. These guys are. It was just more the luck of the cards and Errol's and old handed cards.
Got it. Well, that was fun.
And-
How often do you all meet here?
Every few days. Of course, you know, not normally. This is a weeknight, but our Sunday game got canceled, so we decided to make it up tonight. Usually toward the weekend, we'll be getting another game going. So you're always welcome, Dweezil. You're a lot of fun to hang around with.
Likewise, and I appreciate the invite. I can't think of a better way to pass the time, if I'm being quite honest. So you'll definitely be seeing me again.
It's at this point, as you know, it's getting dark. You turn and you see a slender human kind of come in and pull his cloak back, and he's like, "The game's over," and they're like, "Copper, we can't wait on you all night." And he's like, God's above, I got held up. And he kind of looks over, and he's like, he nods to you. Name's Copper.
Nice to meet you, Dweezil.
You kind of both nod, and all right, we'll cut away and go back to a little earlier in the day with the rest of the group: Venric and Bertram, Godric, Celovus, and Rigel. As you guys make your way back to the temple, again, this is still about midday. I believe you're going to find Copper. Were you guys all going?
Yes, we were looking for him.
All right. You find him, and he's kind of stepping out of the dining hall as you guys are coming in out of the sleet, which is just continued on. It's gotten a little warmer to where it's just solid rain now, but it's just miserable. You guys shake off your cloaks and stamp your feet. You're soaked to the bone after being out. And as you guys were entering the temple, you can see that Rafe was just still running those recruits in the rain. And last thing you look, they were doing push-ups, you know, and you know you can tell it's at that early stage where he's just trying to get him to quit, you know. And you kind of come and you see Copper kind of as he steps out, he's finishing up a biscuit. He's like, afternoon, sirs. I didn't see you breakfast.
Yes, we had business to attend to. Well met, though, Copper. So, I don't know if you know yet, but the plan is to split the group. Brother Bertram and I will be heading west to Reuven, and then we'll be heading south to Riverwatch. While Celovus waits with Aelwyn to heal, it should be about 2 or 3 weeks. And when she's back up, they'll meet us down in Southcote. And yeah, we just wanted to see what your plan was. Would you prefer to come with Bertram and I, or stay with Celovus and Aelwyn?
Sir, I'll go where you need me. But if it's up to me, I'd rather go with you and Bertram, just because, you know, if Master Celovus and Mr. Aelwyn are gonna stay here at the temple where she's got to rest and heal, I'd rather be with you all in case you need me. They're not going to really need me. I don't think you are, Master Celovus, unless I'm wrong.
No, that makes sense to me. I had assumed as much. Waiting around the temple for nearly a month seemed rather boring, especially if you didn't have academic things to look for.
Aye, sir. There's not much to do around here. No offense, Brother Bertram. I know this is your home. It's just
There's lots of reading to do.
Oh, you can
He
pray
kind of-
and attend services, but I understand.
And he is struggling not to like roll his eyes. He doesn't want to be disrespectful. You guys saved him from a fate worse than death, but he's just still like, oh dear God. And clearly, in the meta of it all, you guys know now where Copper has slipped off to many nights. It's just funny because none of your other characters were like the up to no good nicks that tells Weasel.
Tell me,
Oh.
where's this den of iniquity located, Copper?
I love it when those little secrets are revealed. So, but he's like, yeah, if it's all the same to you, sirs, I just as soon I'll go on to Reuven with you, unless of course, Sullivan, you and Mr. Sale will need me here, and then of course,
No, makes the most sense, and there's chance to make some coin. Yeah, at the very least down that way.
and his eyes glint a little.
I feel
at the point.
comfortable with you coming with us to a larger city, too.
I will tell you, sirs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Sir Venric.
I was just saying that your skills in reconnaissance, I think, will come in handy. Bertram and I have none, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my lords, I must be blunt. I know we've talked about this before. I'm with you. I've got your back, your front, your sides, the whole thing. I go to Softcoat. I'm uncertain if I'm going to run into problems there. I don't want my problems to become your problems. Maybe something I can work out. Maybe if time has passed. But just so you know.
Copper, as long as you haven't wronged an innocent person, if anybody has an issue with you, they have to come through me first.
I appreciate that, sir. No, my issue is with the Thieves Guild. And it's what you might call a difference of opinion. I didn't do anything to anyone innocent. Let's just say I don't like bullies, and I'm given the chance to, I humiliated a powerful man and then skipped town. And so could be a problem.
Sir Venric is a noble. Noble.
Yes, he is. Yes, sir, he is. But I just want to be clear. I'm not trying to drag anyone down in the mud with me or anything like that. I don't think they'll try to slit my throat the second I walk in the city or anything. It may be a thing that I might have to deal with. And he kind of turns, and of course, if we reconvene with Master Sullivan, he is known in Softcoat as well, and his word does hold sway. The Seekers are their lodge is highly well known, well respected. And maybe
that may afford you, Copper, some leeway at the very least. If you are able to come in with our group, at the very least, that may afford you some time, or maybe afford you an audience, if we, can broach this problem when it comes.
Yes, sir. And that's my hope if it comes, and I may just simply be able to stay undercover, unobtrusive, as it were. Should be obviously my preference. I don't know, but if we're in Softcoat for any length of time, the guild will know I'm around, and we'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. It's not going to be a problem for you, sirs.
Well, like you said, Copper, you've got our back, and we've got yours. I'm not too good for a bar brawl, but maybe it won't come to that.
Aye. Well, and the Aegis, I believe that's what we're calling ourselves now. Is that right?
Luciferian Aegis.
That doesn't sound right.
Is that not what you said, Syllabus?
The Elthurian. We may have to come up with a new name.
Elthurian.
Elthurian, not Luciferian. No.
That's a different thing entirely.
I've just been calling it the Aegis or Aegis to people because that's what I know. But anyhow, being part of this group may also afford me at least a conversation rather than a knife in my back, if you know what I mean, or my throat cut. But I sirs, I think you're right. I think this is the thing to do. I'll go with Sir Venric, Brother Bertram, to Reuven, and then on to, I believe it's Riverwatch for the tournament. And I hate that we're splitting up like this, but I know Mr. Salem needs time. And Sir Venric, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't in that room with you, but I know I wouldn't have. It nearly killed you both, and I wouldn't have survived it.
Copper, there's no need to apologize. You were wise to listen to Brother Bertram. I should have too. I would still have my blade. But
We'll get it back, sir. We'll get it back.
Recover the true steel.
Thank you.
And for what it's worth, Copper, now that you're part of the party, they're not just your problems anymore.
Oh,
This is on us as well. All of us have ties to things. Sir Venric is going to this tourney. Brother Bertram has all these ties to these various different holy sites. We are all working together. And whatever may come of your past, we'll deal with it together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the Thieves Guild has
I-
a problem with you, Copper, then they have a problem with the Aegis.
They do
Sir.
indeed.
And he looks kind of humbled and grateful. And you guys can tell he just as these emotions hit him, he just does not know how to display it. And so he kind of, thank you. And he just kind of puts his head down and kind of stares at the floor, like just humbled. It's clear he's never had anything like this in his life, with people that just he could count on. And again, don't forget, you guys saved him from an actual torture chamber. So he's just kind of overcome with it all. When he kind of shakes his head, when do we leave, my lords? I'll make sure I'm ready.
We leave on the morrow.
I'll be ready.
All right. Well, Copper, enjoy the rest of your night here in town. We'll leave out early. Bertram,
Yes, sir.
I need to stop by this stable. I need to see if there's another horse that I can ride.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
I'll head back to the
And then-
table for now.
Yeah, Venric will, he'll kind of pat Copper on his shoulder. Rest up, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, I've got some business to attend to, but I'll be, and he kind of course, you guys don't know what he's glancing off at, but now you as players know as he kind of glances out the window across the street toward the Wainwright, and I'll see to my affairs. I'll be getting things ready, and as you, Venric and Bertram, you step back out into the weather, and it's just miserable, wet and cold as you cross once again the muddy street, the muddy road, and you go across this time to the stables. You can see that now Scarrow's Arrows is all but, they're packing up now. The drills are done. They're miserable young recruits, they're not complaining. They look like they don't dare complain, but they're like packing things up, getting, tents are being struck. Duncan kind of bows to you all and glares over at the new recruits, and they all kind of salute you as you guys go walking past toward the stables.
Godric, why don't you go back to the temple with Celovus? Sure he would need you there.
What would Godric say?
He would understand there's some tension and just see it's not the time, and he would go back.
All right. Godric turns around, stiffly walks back across the road, and
Venric laughs. I laugh.
There's just no love lost immediately.
What'd you say, Venric?
You really don't like him, do you, Bertram?
There's something about him. He is... Sir Venric, who does he think that he is? Just to walk up into this temple, talking like he knows Father Gedwin? I mean, it's good. Father Gedwin is well known, but...
Well, he sure stuck close to him. He said all the right things, and yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you saw it too then.
I did. And then Venric will kind of like give him a sly smile. Bertram, he's just a young lad trying to prove himself too. He hasn't been tested yet, is all.
Oh. We can trust him, you think, right?
I think so. I think he seems maybe like he's trying to prove himself, but yes, he seems like a stand-up man to me, and I'm sure in time, he's no Brother Bertram, though, don't get me wrong. I'm sure in time, who knows, maybe you two will become friends.
Yeah, you're right. He's just a kid. It's just, the pride of youth. Am I right?
That's exactly right, Bertram. I think that you two should arm wrestle to see who should be Father Gedwin's
I tell you, what did you say?
I think you two should arm wrestle over to see who's Father Gedwin's right-hand man is.
No, why? What? No, that is not an opening. That's Bertram, not an opening.
I jest. He seems like a good lad, but yeah, he's no Brother Bertram. Come on, let's go find some horses.
As you guys are walking up into the stables, you can hear the whicker of haste and the keening cry of Ruthane. You go up in there, and again, you can see that those two stables are have been given over to you guys normally when you're here. There's a lot less people around as the weather's getting bad. People have moved on where they're going to be for the winter. And that's kind of brought home to you guys. You see there's a lot less wagons around, and there are a lot fewer horses around. And as Clay kind of hops up, my lord, he's doing so much better.
I've heard, Clay. That's good to hear.
Ruthane's doing well as well. He kind of reaches across the stall and pats him.
As a fearsome steed himself. I'm actually in search of another, and then I'll kind of look over at Haste. Just backup steed. Where's the stable master at, Clay?
I'll get him, sir. He kind of clambers up, and he runs out. He leaves his spear, both spears now. He's got one that he carries the two of them, but he has his dagger at his hip, and he just runs out and goes down and to the main stables where like the stable men and stable boys, kind of the grooms sleep down there. He comes back a minute later, and you can see the stable master. Sir Venric, the lad said you wish to see me in this beautiful weather.
It is fine weather. Yes, I first wanted to say thank you for keeping such good care of Haste.
Father Gedwin, there was no mistake that horse is getting better care than some people, I might say. But no, of course, sir.
Glad to hear it. I'm in need of another steed. Adventure calls again, and we leave tomorrow, and Haste isn't ready. Celavis and Aelwyn will bring Haste to me when Aelwyn is healed. But in the meantime, I am in need of a backup, you might say.
Well, sir, let me see what we have. So, Venric, here's the thing. With it being November, I will give you a % chance of finding a warhorse. It's not great. I will give you a 15% chance there is a warhorse for sale.
A backup warhorse, not your right-hand warhorse.
No. This is just a backup. And here's the thing, if we can't find a warhorse here, I might just wait until we get to Riverwatch because it's a bigger town. Might be more likely to find something. But that is a 73.
There are no warhorses. There might be a riding horse. I'll give you a 25% chance for a riding horse that is not suited to battle, but it can be ridden.
Right? That's a 59.
I'm sorry, my lord. Of course, if we had... they've mostly been bought up here, the tourney, you understand, to the south at Riverwatch. Ruaven might have horse flesh for sale. They're a farming community, but I would say as far as for a warhorse, if you mean to join the tourney, word is, of course, all about the tourney right now. I'm sure once you get to Riverwatch, you could buy a steed there. I'm sorry, sir. If we had one to sell, of course I would sell it to you.
I appreciate that. And Venric will look to Bertram. You said there's room on the wagon, right?
Oh, yes.
All right, perhaps I'll ride with you until we can find a backup steed.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys also see that Clay is kind of glancing around, and as the stable master bows and says his goodbyes, he's like, "So we're leaving Haste here, sir?"
Unfortunately, that is the case.
Well, should I stay with him?
No, Clay, I need you by my side. Haste is in good hands here, and Celibus and Aelwyn will leave the town in about 3 weeks. When they leave, they've given me their word that they'll bring Haste with them, and we'll meet them in Southcote. And then,
See.
but that's a few weeks away, and I'll need you with me.
Of course, sir. Of course. Our gear, of course, though, sir, without Haste. Well, I know if we ride with Brother Bertram, he can fit 3, I know, up on the buckboard, but there's Arnall.
I'll ride in the wagon and let you 3 have the buckboard.
See. And are there any others that we're forgetting, perhaps,
Copper.
that are traveling with us? So will there be room? I suppose Clay asks for the DM, thinking that maybe the PCs haven't thought this completely through. Are you willing to let other people ride inside the temple as well in the back, Bertram?
Oh,
because
yeah, absolutely.
You have the halfling to consider, you have Copper to consider, and Arnall to consider. Now, granted, any or all of them can stay behind, should you wish it, if you don't want people in your temple.
And the ranger as well.
Right.
Clay and Venric can march if need be too, and we could always ride in the wagon in like shifts. You know, give everybody a break every couple of hours, and while the other guys march. But Venric and Clay will have no problem hoofing it.
Right. Okay. I mean, you do have room in the back. It would be a little cramped, but you do have, because you have. Unless you guys are leaving Arnall here, but Arnall usually goes wherever the traveling temple goes.
I'll bring Arnall.
So Arnall, Clay, Copper, Kepri, Rigel, Venric, Bertram.
Yeah, Bertram. 7 of us.
7. So still a pretty big group, even without Scarrow's arrows traveling along.
So yeah, Bertram would definitely let people ride in the temple.
Okay. Yep. So you can fit 3 in the front, 4 in the back. Okay. It'll be cramped. And as Venric is saying, you can march as well. All right. And you guys do that. Cutting back then, as I know we're, for the sake of getting things moving, we'll cut back to Celibus. As you make your way on back into the library, you can see Kepri and Vrixis are engaged in conversation. As you catch them, Vrixis is telling a story of back when the university was first founded, and he's talking about how the dwarves got so drunk at one point they almost lost the contract, and she's kind of laughing, saying that can't possibly be true, and he's like, "Oh no, I was there, I can tell you," and so you join in. For the sake of looking at the clock, for the sake of brevity, we'll say that you all kind of join back in that evening, all having, unless there's anything that anyone else would want to have done.
Nope.
Okay, and was there anything in particular you were looking to do, Celibus?
Not in particular. Most of his stuff is going to be done after the fact. So once everybody's kind of leaving, and yeah.
Okay, so you guys all gather back in. Father Gedwin, after the evening service, he comes down and he says, Aelwyn was up earlier. She asked if she could have some of the elixir to have strength to just say her goodbyes. If we could all move up to her room, perhaps. And as you guys all kind of make your way up to the women's quarters, again, many of the sisters glaring at like the fact that men are not allowed up here normally. And as you guys kind of are going upstairs, you enter Aelwyn's room. Clay comes along, so he didn't get to see her. last time, as well as Duncan is there. Apparently, Gedwin informed him. You can see, and Elwyn, you're kind of awake. You're leaned back against the headrest. You're still in a lot of pain. You're kind of drugged up, but you're better than you were the last time. And as you see your friends enter, you see several new faces enter as well. As they, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. For example, would Rigel go, or would he just be about his own business before the trip left?
Probably Rigel would steer clear of any more personal things like this.
Okay.
He'd kind of
Gotcha.
just be about the Benrick's business.
What about Dweezil?
Dweezil would be. He wouldn't go. You know what? He would go into the room. He wants to see what's going on.
Okay. Dweezil, and you know what? It makes sense because him and Copper would come back because they would have, one of the acolyte servants. Well, actually, we'll say Godric, having made his way back to the temple, would have spent the afternoon with Father Gedwin, who the two of them have had some good conversations, and he actually assisted Father Gedwin with the evening service. And as Bertram kind of arrived, it was a little bit of a sting because, again, Bertram was so busy doing everything, he missed half the evening service, and there is Godric, like, seemingly in his spot, in his place. And you saw Gedwin kind of turn and whisper to the young paladin, and Godric bowed like he was at court and went out into the rain. And Dweezil, as you and Copper are coming, you see this tall, powerfully built form in the middle of the street, kind of, there you are. Come with me. And you see it's Sir Godric. And following him back in, he's like, Father Gedwin wants to see you, Copper. And you, Dweezil, I believe it was. And he kind of leads you guys upstairs too. And as for Kepri, Vrixis would, he's kind of like bonded with her, and Selvish, you noticed as you kind of came in, Vrixis usually doesn't bond this way. There's something about her being, you don't know if it's just that she's a halfling or that she reminds him of somebody. You're not really sure, but you've never seen Vrixis take this quickly to someone. Aelwyn he took very quickly to, but Kepri certainly he's taken very quickly to. And he's like, oh, you simply must meet Aelwyn. You'll love her. She'll love you as well. Please, come on. And he kind of flaps up to Sullivan's shoulder. Let's go, my boy. And you guys all make your way upstairs. And as everyone crowds in, Gedwin is like, we'll keep it short. She doesn't have a lot of strength. Aelwyn, it's been decided. These are some of the new folks that are going to be rounding out the two groups as fate would have it. So I'll let you all fill her in on, and you guys, and again, for the sake of time and brevity, we'll just say that you guys are able to fill Aelwyn in on all of these plans. Is there anything that Aelwyn you would want to ask or say, or vice versa from any of you to her or to each other in this final, it's nighttime, it's late, the storm outside, let's just see real quick if it has finally, if I can find my weather die. I love that weather die. No, it's still storming. It is still
going.
It's going back into sleet. The rain has turned into more sleet. It's just been one of the most miserable. In fact, everyone that was out in the rain for any length of time, not Dweezil, because he kind of just went quickly from one place to another. But the rest of you that trudged around a lot in the rain, why don't you go ahead and we'll make it with advantage, but a saving throw versus poison, just to see if you might have gotten, a tad sick trudging around in all this.
Bertram got an at 20.
Bertram has nothing to fear.
Benrick got a 19.
Benrick has you guys are the type of people that if the cold attempted to come near you, it would get it frightened and go away.
Godric is immune to disease.
Yes, he is. He's a paladin.
Elvis, on the other hand, just barely made his save with a 13. So
Sullivan, that's why earlier when you guys were like, we're going to go back to the stable, and Sullivan is like, and I'm done. And you could feel your feet were wet, Sullivan. You've traveled enough to know you needed to get in front of a hot fire with like some nice mulled wine that was warm, something where you could just take that cold edge off and change your footwear, and you're glad that you did. But as you guys
does
are
have something to say.
Okay.
He would lean in real close to Aelwyn and whisper, I don't trust the paladin. Watch him, Aelwyn. Something is wrong about him. Be well, the light be with you. He'll kind of...
And she looks at you so befuddled, like she's looking around like, which one's the paladin? Like
I'll nod.
And Father Gad was like, I think that will do, my son.
Dweezil just kind of leans in. You must be Elwyn. The name's Dweezil. I'm a merchant by day and a locksmith by night. And I guess I'm traveling with you to Softcoat when you get better?
I see.
Yes.
And she looks
He'll
at
be coming with
Venric
us.
like, who the hell is this guy? Like, what is happening?
And Sylv kind of pats this little halfling on his shoulder, down near his waist.
He just
He'll
goes,
be coming with
he
us.
gets pulled back by it. And then Benrick steps in and he's like, Copper's coming with Bertram and I, and we thought maybe with his skill set it might be good to set him with you. I don't know. You'll have to let me know when you get to Softcoat how he does.
Yeah, this is the last we'll see you for almost a month, maybe more.
Yeah, a few weeks.
We'll be around, though. You can see Duncan Scarrow. He kind of nods.
Oh, you're coming with us. Okay.
Aye, my lady. We'll be, we're going to be staying in the storehouse, taking on the charge of guarding it, as well as
Training
being
some
able
new
to...
recruits.
Yeah, aye, we've got some new recruits. You have to, when you're feeling up to it, you'll have to meet them. They met with the others' approval. But of course, I didn't want to bother you, and Gedwin's like, no, you didn't. She needs a rest. Of course, sir, of course. But we'll be around. We'll be here. I'll come to see you whenever I can.
Godric will step
Gedwin.
in. He'll speak in Elven. I'm Godric Brightflame, Order of the Argent Dawn, Paladin of the Light. My blade is yours, Lady Aelwyn. And kind of salute you.
And she nods her head. I don't see many speaking the language of the kin. Thank you.
Oh, yes, and you see Rixus flap up to just kind of like interrupt Godric. He's like, and this young sorcerer, wizard, this is Kepri, and I wanted her to meet you.
Oh, well met. Are you staying or going?
She
Ah.
will
Kinda.
be filling my role for Benric and Bertram's group. She is a fellow wizard.
Oh, I see.
She kind of glances shyly around.
Well met, wizard. Hopefully you'll be able to wrangle these men better than I have been.
Dweezil just says, I doubt it. She's a real spitfire, though. Keep an eye on her, guys.
Copper kind of comes up next to the bed, and he like fidgets and looks down at his feet. He's like, I'm sorry I wasn't able to do more with that red mage, ma'am.
Don't be, Copper. It was my own. I'd say stupidity, but I don't know what else I could have done, but even so.
We'll get him, ma'am. I hope you heal well and you can rest. I'm going with the others.
Alright, well, all of you, stay alive. I'll see you in a month.
Yep.
You can see Clay is like having a hard time. He's crying. He's like the weight of it all that you are all feeling, but you're all, grown adults, full grown. Clay is, 15. He's still just a boy for all that he's been fighting and learning and training. He kind of can't help himself. He like runs across and like starts to hug you, and Gedwin kind of was like, "Easy, lad," and he slows his roll, but he does come up to you and like lean in, and he kind of softly hugs you, and he says, "I be well," and he kind of like dashes the tears away from his eyes, like not wanting Venrich to see him cry. Like the whole room sees him crying, but he's trying to hide it as best he can, and he kind of stands up.
It'll be all right. Now listen. You take care of that pup and he'll take care of you. And when I see you again, I'll teach you how to have him guard. It's a good trick.
Yes. I think he'll be big enough then. Stalwart. We're leaving Haste. I hate it. I hate leaving you too. I hate it.
You know what though? I think it couldn't have been any other way, because I'm the only one he'll listen to. He'll know. He'll come with me and we'll find you.
It's true, Clay. Venric speaks up. It's true, Clay. Haste won't listen to anybody besides me and Aelwyn. He's in good hands, and Aelwyn, you'll bring him back to us in Southcote, right?
I will, of course. And he only listens to me because I speak his language. He doesn't esteem me as highly as he does you, but that's okay.
But at least he'll listen to you. And after all, everyone, it's just a few short weeks. Celavus and Aelwyn will see you in Southcote.
And you can see at this point, Arnold at the back, he's like, "Godspeed, ma'am." That's all he says before he turns and kind of trudges away, the old farmer. And at this point, Gedwin turns to all of you and says, "Venric is right. Light allowing, you will see each other within a few weeks. But remember, the land has grown dark and dangerous. And there is no telling what you may encounter. Say your farewells. Speak from the heart. Stay true to one another." And that is where we'll call it.